Some breaking news that we're going to start off the top of the show with. Our favorite boy has been signed. I can't wait to talk about that. But we got Mitch here. Mitch, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm awesome. And it starts off with Cameron Meredith, the TheBottomLineView legend.
Yes.
He has been signed by the New England Patriots. And if you guys don't know the history behind Cameron Meredith on the TheBottomLineView, last offseason, I hyped up Cameron Meredith as being this steal for the New Orleans Saints. We end up getting nearly 20,000 views on a free agency video about a guy who didn't even play the season before. And it was just the most random thing that's ever happened on this channel. So we must discuss Cameron Meredith being signed by the New England Patriots. An epic signing, Dilly Vanilli.
An epic signing, no doubt about it. I love it. I mean, I saw the Patriots. I was like, but I got to appreciate the fact that Cameron Meredith has given us so much love on this channel. We're gonna start off with that. The man, the myth, the legend. He got us 16,000 views on a video. I don't understand what he had, like 100 receiving yards last year. He didn't do anything, but he was still able to get some kind of viewership there. And now he's with one of our favorite teams. He's with the New England Patriots. Mitch, as a Patriots fan, how do you feel about the legend going to your team?
It's incredible. It's just a feeling like Jerry Rice has just entered the New England Patriots, So Cameron Meredith, of course, he's kind of an enigma because he had 888 yards in one season with the Chicago Bears. Their number one wide receiver, a bright young star in the NFL. 4 touchdowns on the season. And that was really with lackluster quarterback play. And then last year, coming off an injury, it was uncertain what his future was going to be in the NFL. He's signed by the Saints. Everybody's excited. Possibly he could be the number 2 to Michael Thomas's number 1, but that never worked out. He only ever started one game for the Saints, like Dilly Vanilli brought up. Only had 114 yards. He played about 6 games where he was on the roster, but only really started one. So for the Patriots, of course, they've been in search for wide receivers. They don't have Julian Edelman at camp, which is kind of, in a weird way, allowing other receivers to shine and get more reps and opportunity to make the roster. There's been reports that guys like Jacoby Myers, a undrafted free agent, has been fantastic. Of course, N'Keal Harry is going to be on the roster. Philip Dorsett is probably going to be on the roster, but it's finding those other guys. Braxton Berrios is in there, and just Cameron Meredith is another name to add to the mix, along with Harris and Inman, some of these other veteran free agents who have had some success in the NFL that are coming to the Patriots, trying to make this roster and trying to really develop a role on this roster. The thing I do like about Cameron Meredith, if he is healthy and ready to go, obviously he was just cut by the Saints, so I don't know how great he is at this point and how much that injury hurt him, is that he does have some versatility. He's played in the slot in the past. He's played on the outside. He's a big body, which seems to be a trend with what the Patriots are doing with their wide receivers, getting bigger receivers, more so than in the past where they've gotten a lot of smaller guys. But Cameron Meredith should at least add to the mix in terms of the wide receiver competition. We'll see what he can do in training camp. We'll see what he can do in the preseason. But I am going to be so excited, Dilly, to watch the preseason because the man, Cameron Meredith, is going to be playing. So I can't wait to see like Jared Stidham throwing him the ball, Brian Hoyer throwing him the ball, and hopefully all is well with him. Hopefully he's fully healthy. And hey, hopefully he does make the roster, but we'll have to see.
The man, the myth, the legend, coming over to New England. I don't know if we're going to see much past preseason, but, Jared Stidham, I like seeing him throw the ball. Brian Hoyer, the legend himself. Honestly, I just think this adds more wide receiver depth. I'm not a Patriots guy, so Mitch knows more about that than I do. But, they need some receiver depth. Julian Edelman's number 1. Like Mitch said, he's not at camp right now. Get somebody there, because if you look at just 2016, this is a guy that they can use. A team could use a guy like this, but I don't know. He wasn't there in 2017, only had 9 catches last year. Maybe he gets more of an opportunity in New England. Kev, any thoughts? Anything about Cameron Meredith?
It's a low-risk move that the Patriots have been known to do. They did that last year with Josh Gordon. You also, I don't think Mitch mentioned this, but Benjamin Watson's probably going to be suspended at the beginning of the year. I don't remember if that has been settled or not. He also didn't mention Demaryius Thomas, or I don't didn't hear him say anything about that or how good of a camp he's had. But Brady likes to spread the ball around, and it's another guy that he can do that too. With the Patriots, it's it's not about having one necessarily super dominant receiver, but it's having weapons and different options. And depending on the game, it's going to be a different guy. And I think it's a low risk move for Cameron Meredith to sign with the Patriots. And I don't think there's a lot of expectations. So.
Yeah, agreed. And he's only 27 years old. He's not old, particularly old. There's other guys on the roster that are older than him, and he can get this opportunity. So, yeah, low risk and could be high reward. That's how we feel about the man, Cameron Meredith. Anything, Mitch, you were going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to add to the questions that were asked by Kevil. Ben Watson suspended for 4 games, so that has been settled, and obviously it's a different position, but Kev makes a good point. I think they're going to have to rely a little bit more on their wide receivers early on because, and actually it's been said that Ben Watson's having a good training camp. He obviously has that chemistry with Tom Brady. It's just there, like it's never left. So it's kind of a reliable option that will be lost the first 4 games. And probably the running backs will have to be mixed in there as well. As for Demaryius Thomas is still probably going to open the season on the PUP list. He hasn't fully participated in camp yet because he's coming off that Achilles injury. When he comes back, he'll likely be on the roster, and he'll start the season on the PUP list. So that's another guy that probably for the first couple of weeks at the very least, you're not going to see him on the field. So these younger receivers competing with some of these veterans that they've picked up from other squads, very important to see who can make the roster, who can stand out. And Cameron Meredith certainly has an opportunity here to kind of turn his career back in the right direction. But yeah, that's our thoughts on Cameron Meredith. So Gronk, spike the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is for a separate video podcasters out there right now. But thanks for watching, and we'll see ya. Peace.